morning, Owen Valley. We hope you all had a great break and made it back home safe and sound. You're watching the Student News brought to you by OVTV. We're your hosts, Charles Kim
and James Clayton. Last Saturday, OV had their annual haunted trail. Many people attended and numerous people were scared.
Ah! For those of you who missed the trail last Saturday, don't worry. The trail will be happening again tomorrow. The cost is $5 a person. The trail is open to everyone, so if you want to bring a friend from a neighboring school, bring them with you.
The trail is open from 8 to 10:30 p.m. Charles, if I'm not mistaken, I think I hear a marching band playing.
That's right, James. That's because it's now time to move on to sports with Tyler Grigsby and Brennan Fishburn.
Thank you, Charles. Last Friday, our varsity football team won our game. Also, a big round of applause for Lily Smith and Allie Anderson. Both of these athletes have moved on to regionals for cross country.
Our volleyball team also moved on to the sectional finals. Finally, our marching band has moved into semi-state. We also like to give a huge shout out to all of the fall sports athletes seniors. Last Friday, their seniors' night was used to celebrate their hard work and effort being put into their sports.
Our football team will be hosting this year's sectionals. On that note, our winter sports teams will be competing on these days.
Thursday, October 26th, girls varsity basketball has a home game against Terre Haute South. Friday, October 27th, boys varsity football has the sectional game against Benson's Lincoln.
This may be our last time on the Student News for a short period of time, as fall sports are coming to a close and winter sports are still in training for the upcoming season. Back to you, Charles.
Thank you, Charles. Today here on Chuck's Corner, we have Mrs. Lanham, who runs the Future Center here at OV, and a lot of us, we've heard about the Future Center through announcements or through our school's social media or maybe somewhere else, maybe from another student, and not a lot of us know exactly what the Future Center is. So could you kind of elaborate on what exactly the Future Center is?
Sure. Originally the Future Center was simply a library where you would come to check out books, but over time that has really changed. And so now we have the collaboration stations that are available, where it has the TV and with the Chromebook connected to it, where you can work on a group project together. And then just recently this year, we've added the podcasting equipment in the back room so that students can come in to work on class projects with that as well, which is really nice and is proving to be pretty popular for students to use. And additionally, we have just all kinds of activities. So I have games, and sometimes I'll do contests, like coloring contests and different things like that, that students can participate in. And we also, during Patriot Hour, it's open for AB Honor Roll students to sign up to come in and just use it as a study hall or just a time to hang out, and a lot of students will play chess or checkers or something like that during that time.
So you mentioned that you recently set up a podcast, and everybody should know that podcast equipment is really expensive when it comes down to quality of headphones, microphones, and getting a mixer, SD cards, all that fancy stuff. So how much does it cost to maintain the Future Center? Because it seems like there's a lot of expensive equipment in the library.
That is a good question, because it varies by what the needs are. So a lot of the equipment in there was purchased with grant money that was given specially, so it's not part of necessarily the school budget. But then as things need replaced, then that definitely does come out of the library budget.
Right.
So like for example, the podcasting equipment was around $1,000, which is actually really reasonable, I thought. For like you said, there's headphones and SD cards and adapters that need to go with it, and so hopefully, so long as we can be really responsible with it, then that's not going to need to be replaced anytime soon.
Yeah. So if I wanted to sign up for something for the Future Center, like let's say I wanted to start like maybe a chess club of some sort or just something like that, how do I sign up for that?
Well, that would just honestly, if you have an idea, you just need to email it to me. And right now, with the podcasting equipment, we have a calendar on the door, and we can add your name to it so that we know when you're going to be coming in to use it.
So, when people are making these projects, a lot of people know that when making big time projects, they gotta have a plan. They gotta plan like a budget, plan what they need to buy, and all that other stuff. So, how much knowledge should somebody that's wanting to start something in the Future Center have on the subject?
Okay, let me just give you the example of the podcasting equipment because I hadn't ever used any of that before. So I did research by going to Edgewood High School and looking at the equipment that they had and experimenting with it and talking to the Lisa Wilson, who was the one responsible for ordering it over there. So that she could give me recommendations. So I think anytime that you're planning some kind of new thing or a big project, it's important to find somebody who is an expert with it, and then they can help you come up with what exactly it is that you need and help you budget for it then.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. Mrs. Lanham, I'd like to thank you for showing up on Chuck's Corner today, and it's back to you, Charles.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck.
We've had a nice week-long break, Patriots. Let's not use it as an excuse to be lazy.
Watch those great Patriots, and make sure to sign up for Patriot Hour.
Go Patriots! Ah!